If we learn one thing from Walt, it's that the park will never be completed. This too goes for the castle, as it's had its fair share of phases in the past 50 years.
And today we want to introduce one new paint scheme that is coming here to Cinderella's Castle at Magic Kingdom. We are bringing back a classic color scheme to the castle.
A lot of overnight and early morning hours have been logged to not only transform the castle, but to ensure it can continue to act as a canvas for our nighttime spectaculars. After many months and thousands of brushstrokes, the castle is ready for the next generation to enjoy.
Past couple nights it's been below 35. They can't paint below 35. Got blue paint yet?
Blue paint?
Yeah, have we got our roof paint?
You know, if it gets worse and the paint starts running, I don't want that on the concrete.
I personally on a project never used a crane to move a boom lift. This is actually the last piece of gold trim that we have to finish up.
I went from taking pictures of the castle to now I'm painting it, so it's come really full circle. It feels great.
This is Disney Unscripted.
So this was the original, that calling outline, but all these big spires all the way down. All spires and finials.
Maybe this is the lower, so that's the lower building. That's the lower building. Maybe we are very, very mid color, and you are up. What's your on there, sure?
What's going on there? I like it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, literally, I think just that corner one right there, we do all three pieces. Thanks, Roger. I think we're good. Yeah, we'll figure that piece out. Okay, I want to get pooped on. Okay.
Let's see, we got roofs, we got paint, we got rock paint over on the east side, and then we're also draining the moat in prep to paint the front side of the castle and also do some rock work and paint on the front. This guy right here?
Yep.
Okay.
Working our way, trimming around down.
Just trim tonight, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Have we got blue paint yet?
Blue paint?
Yeah, have we got our roof paint?
Yeah, I'm going to second coat because
Okay.
they weren't happy with that. They just want another coat right now.
That's fine. So we got a nice little paint sample here. So this right here, and these two are two different bases for our walls. They look very similar, but they're two different colors. And then this trim is the trim that we are going with, right? So we're getting rid of the gold to go to this trim, and then they're going to decide what base wall sample they want. And then on the castle, you can see this clear line right here of this different shade of blue. That is the new blue that we are going with for each peak roof line.
Cuidado con el piso, cuidado de eso, cuidado de eso.
Past couple nights it's been below 35. They can't paint below 35. They're primer, they can paint at 35. But past two nights we've been well below that. Last week they muscled through and got a lot of work done with painting at that 35 temp with no issues. But tonight's the first night that they can get back at it. So. check out that we already set up our framing, and the blue tarp is what's going to act as our water barrier. They're going to drop that in tonight and sandbag it up. After they feel it's good enough, we're going to start running pumps and see how much water we can start flowing.
All right, go ahead and jump in. Carry this thing.
Like another one.
Yep. Just going straight up the slope.
I think we have a very small leak. They should be getting some more sandbags so we can try to shore that up a little bit more, but it's always going to have a little bit of a leak, but this is leaking more than what we want. We'll just try to make sure it's nice and padded down all the way, nice and flat before we start flowing water. If it's not, then it just get rippled up. It's pulling a little water in. See it flushing out pretty nice over there. So in addition to all of our paint work we have roof work underneath our clock tower. It's phased out into 3 different sections. It's an old roof that needed to be rehabbed, and we're in the process of doing that as we speak. And this is the deck that's underneath it. We have repairs that are going back over the top of that. So we'll cut out the bad. We'll treat it with some Amerlock, which is a rust inhibitor, and to prevent any more rust from going anywhere else, and then put a brand new piece of decking on top of that. They're in the process of taking all the old stuff out and putting in the new stuff.
So this board right here, that's kind of in front of the castle right now, that has a bunch of paint swatches. So there's several different grays, and then you see the blue in the middle. That is actually the blue that is going to go on the rooftops of the castle. So it's a little bit darker than what the roofs are now. So that's something we really want to look at.
This is the main camera where we're capturing in the best quality possible, but we're also capturing on phones since that's what most of our guests enjoying the show if they're trying to film and capture footage.
So this is the first previs tool that we developed. This along with Main Street was the first of these previs tools we developed, and we've since now built them out for multiple other projects in the past 2 years. Everything's 3D modeled, everything's realistically and as accurately as possible textured.
Pink doesn't look pink on blue roofs, right? So we have to spend a lot of time out here tweaking all those colors and kind of forcing them back into the color profiles that we want them to look like.
So like that will happen later? Or?
That part is how we used to do it. We would come out for weeks. That's where the idea for this tool came about. So what do you think so far?
So I think the main thing that I'm seeing is that the materials themselves are like, there's not a lot of that reflectivity. I'm seeing it especially here in the tower. And that's like totally absent on like the digital version. We could probably bring the skylighting up a little bit as well, and I think that would help balance everything out.
Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah, we're done.
Okay.
I'm gonna
tell you.
We're going to be bringing in the this full crane that's going to be picking all of our boom lifts into the moat. We have about 7 boom lifts that are going to go into the moat that are going to be helping us access all sides of the castle. Then once that's all done, we're going to bring in all the booms from this side of the park. We have, like I said, 6 or 7 booms coming in, and they're going to start getting dropped in.
Is this your first time seeing this, or?
Yeah, I personally on a project never used a crane to move a boom lift. We've got about half of the lifts in. They're gonna keep loading in. We have 4 more to come in. That way we're going to be able to tackle all sides of the castle. Hopefully smooth sailing till we wrap everything up, because we'll be able to access all sides of the castle from in here. Morning, everyone.
Morning. Morning.
Appreciate everyone coming out this morning.
Correct too.
Good, a kind of big update for this week, right? We hit a lot of milestones last week, so that's super exciting. A really successful night with the crane pick last Tuesday night. We got all the lifts we needed to into the moat.
We're hoping to have the majority of the trims done by the end of this week. Start all the wall sections and panels next week, and continue with the roofs.
So right now we're wrapping up. This is actually the last piece of gold trim that we have to finish up. Alright, so now that we've finished kind of the main body work of the castle along with all the trim and making sure, you know, some of the spots that maybe only received one coat get their second coat. And now we're moving on to the blue roofs. So the blue roofs, they're remaining blue, but they're becoming a deeper blue.
So they used a zinc screw before. Chemically, it didn't mix well. Over time, it corroded, and that's what caused that bubbling of the paint. Goal is to remove them, pull the corroded screw out, put a new screw in, do like an Amerlock over it, and then we're gonna paint over the top of it. So it's gonna look fresh and new. You know, being on a high visibility project like this, it's definitely a big one. There's a lot of pressure to get it done and to do it right. You know, Cinderella's castle doesn't get painted often, so it's a huge honor. I know that me and Nathan both we understand the totality of it and what it means to everybody, so we're happy to be on the team. I came from another internship over at Engineering Services, and then before that, I was with the PhotoPass team in operations. Yeah.
Cool. What a fun project to be a part of.
I know, right? I went from taking pictures of the castle to now I'm painting it, so it's come really full circle. It feels great.
So this is the Roy. This is our visual media production studio. Now that we had our overnight to check out some of the paint colors and how they're supposed to look on the castle, we're going to check in with Steph, who is our color correction specialist, and see how the 8 production shows that we're correcting are starting to look on the newly painted castle. Hey, Steph.
And we are basically neutralizing the colors that were on the castle before, which were the original gray-white colors. This is showing the original opening day castle. This is part of our beginning of Disney's Enchantment, and this castle is green right now because our castle paint was pink.
So it looks like you've got the green neutralized. How'd you pull that off?
So I came in and added in about 9% of red. So I lifted the color here from where it was before, which was the greener color, and added in some pink on the spectrum. And I also took down the saturation some here, so we got rid of some more of that like color was left over from the green. Yeah, I can turn it on and off, and you can see the green being neutralized. So this is what's being affected by this specific node itself. So this is the filigree that was part of HEA, which is also a beloved fan favorite of the way the roofs look, and we lost a lot of this because of the color. I boosted the filigree itself, basically making it white. That came out really nice, and I'm excited to see this one in the field because of this change.
Yeah, so we'll see what our partners can help us with here.
That's how good it works.
May I have your attention, please? In just a few moments, the Magic Kingdom will be conducting technical tests and rehearsal, which may include audio, projections.
Well, James brought up the fact that, well, since the paint is back to gray, which is how the show was originally designed, what if we looked at how HEA was before with the different original character placement?
So this is the Moana boat. It's going to be higher. It's going to move down here. So right now it's in there, then it moves down. So now the whole villain scene is like this one was had the gold, gold trends.
I see.
Trying to get it to have contrast against the filigree. Yes. Okay. This is where I got in the office pushing it, and then this is off. So not a lot here. We went on TV. We went more. So that's taking down the blue. So we've got this on darkly to put more contrast on it. And that's the filigree is white already. It's as bright as I can go.
I've been working on projections for the castle since 2017, I believe. I think that was the first year that we did Villains Unite the Night. Every single paint color, every single texture has a different challenge, like what's going to project well on it in terms of color, in terms of characters, and what you can turn it into. And it's very different than working on just a screen or on just a single canvas to have a large three-dimensional object that you're trying to wrap an entire new world or experience around. For this show, we're supporting fireworks. For the shows, we're supporting our performers.
When we go in to do our sweep before they start, we're going to make sure that that side is clear. Yeah. And that's all that we've told custodial from a cleaning standpoint. Don't be cleaning there. Okay. Right? And like engineering services knows not to be on that side. All right. That's really where we have to clear.
Have a little bit of rain right now.
Right on time, right as they're getting ready to start painting, right? Definitely not what we like to see. We can't really paint on wet surfaces, so
I don't want them, if it gets worse and the paint starts running, I don't want that on the concrete or anything.
No,
so
100%.
we're just gonna wait.
That color will.
My forecast says it's gonna rain for 15 minutes and then stop.
Okay, well everybody else is like, oh, it's 65% of chance rain till 3 o'clock.
No.
That's what they're.
Nah.
Pretty much no painting going on right now anywhere. Yeah, that changed quick because earlier it showed nothing.
It was fully clear all night. Yeah. When we first got here, so.
Florida weather, right?
30 minutes after the last gust of wind over 20, which was around 2. So 2:30 in theory we could start, unless he gets another high gust, and then it has 30 minutes.
I was going to say, let's just hope we dry the castle off.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't win tonight, can we?
Can't beat 20 miles per hour. That looks windy. That flag looks windy.
Another half hour. He said they just got a gust of 23. Yeah, because I was gonna have them. I told him, I said, have them guys ready at 2:30. So he can just lift them up.
And just now he had another one.
Yeah, that's what he said. We're not gonna get nothing done.
Well, we can paint wall. That's
that's probably a gust right there.
Was that a thumbs up?
That was a thumbs up.
Love it.
Just very minimal drizzle, I feel. Very minimal. We're going to go up.
There they go. They're getting started, Juan.
So next step is they've pretty much tackled trim tonight, weather permitting. It wasn't very favorable to us. So next is just basically rinse and repeat and tackle more. Walls are going up next, and hope for some better weather. It's about all you can do out here. Only thing that we have left is that top tower. So everything else is done.
Kind of like the first time the castle's been ready enough to photograph. So we're working with PR, working with marketing. It's kind of everybody who has been asking for new pictures of the castle.
We'll be blocking off here. We'll have guides further back. They're wrapping up on the castle right now.
In the breezeway?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And is that going to be that red caution tape on the ramps too?
That has to go also, yes.
Yeah.
Kitty.
This is a 24 tilt shift, and sometimes messing with it in the shift and sometimes with the tilt, have a little more fun with it and skew the depth of field and plane of focus and make it look kind of funky. You should have free rein to the front here now.
Oh, okay. They're done with the front?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Okay, good luck. We're all counting on you.
Hi there. Good to see you. Hi there. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hey, good morning. Good morning. It's amazing. It's so fun. It's beautiful. It is and fast and fun, and I love the gold and the pop. Yep. I don't think I've seen it look better.
Look back. Awesome. Nice job, guys.
All right, who would have guessed it would have been this many people involved in painting a castle, right? I mean, what a great moment. Say thank you for all that you did, and we really appreciate it. Great job and amazing work. So thank you so much.
Thank you for supporting us.
Thank you. I will see that. It'll be fun. Very fun.
Awesome. It's going on the
That's
wall.
right.
Thank you.
Sure.
Perfect.